All right, we got a new species profile slash dinosaur showcase slash field guide for Utahraptor, a returning animal, which is a good animal to see returning.
Meet the Utahraptor, one of the largest and most formidable dromaeosaurs available for your park. This agile predator is known for its powerful legs, sickle-shaped claws, and hunting intelligence, perfect for creating high-impact exhibits. Parental care is vital for Utahraptors. Adults and juveniles become unsettled when separated from each other. Keep them in small groups and offer secure, enriched enclosures with room to roam. These are high-maintenance predators with high guest appeal. Fast, fierce, ferocious. The Utahraptor brings energy, spectacle, and drama to any successful park.
All right, not too much new or really much to say about that one in general. Utahraptor is a great animal to see coming back to the game. This is something they could have easily put in a DLC and charged for. So the fact that this is base game is a great sign. The babies are very cute. I like the spots. It gives it a good like fawn vibe. Always worth looking at this. Modified genome begins synthesis. Scientist limit 5. That's interesting. This would have been a scientist limit of 3 in the first game. So we might have a rebalancing of the scientists. Like, scientist limit 5 implies that the roster will be expanded for scientists. You'll have more, but they'll be less impactful, which would be more realistic to, like, running a park. That's something I could see them doing. I would like that. Appeal 317. Let's take a second to look up their base game appeal currently. That is their exact current appeal total, 317. Literally unchanged, no balance change, which is interesting. Some of the DLC animals are very broken. They're too good. So I'm curious to see if there'll be any adjustments going into the second game or third game, because like Utaranus is especially busted.
Your park. This agile predator is known for its powerful legs, sickle-shaped claws, and hunting intelligence, perfect for creating high-impact exhibits.
Yep. Goat murder.
Parental care is
Yeah, the baby looks appropriately playful,
vital for Utahraptors.
which is nice. Look at the family unit here. Presumably male and female. Not much difference between the two. At a glance, I don't really notice much of any difference. Maybe, I mean, like the feathers on the fringe being brighter is a difference, but that could be pattern. Same with like the stripes in the body, right? Like at a glance, right? These could be two JW2 Utahraptors, one that's patterned, one that's not. So I'm not picking out a clear detail. Maybe the head is a little more, he's got more of a messy haircut than this one, maybe a little bit.
Adults and juveniles become unsettled
Face is different color, of course, too, but again, could just be pattern.
when separated from each other. Keep them in small.
Yeah, there's a good look at the babies. The spotted pattern. Very nice looking.
Groups and offer secure, enriched
The animation's fun, them leaping at each other.
These are high-maintenance predators.
Always good to analyze the long shots quickly. Look for anything. We can see the nest. Not much to pick out in the background. A temperate biome, a lot of hills and cliffs. Interesting little tree here. This has like a placed, like a decorative tree vibe because of how the branches look to me. But, we can't actually say that currently.
These are
Yeah, nothing really to say here either. Yeah, the way the feathers flip up on the head, maybe that's a male thing. I don't know. Then in this shot, yeah, not much else to say. Not much here either. We got little gallery back here. We got fence that goes into the natural cliff. We've got a viewing tower, monorail. None of this is terribly interesting. Ranger station, feeder. Yeah, not too much to say about this one. We, of course, have the website information. Meet the Utahraptor. Yeah. Unsuited to living with other species, best housed alone or with scavengers. This is same as 2. Very protective of their offspring, even willing to care for other juveniles of the same species. So they have like a communal, behavior when they're raising their babies here. It's a real thing, so that makes sense that like some dinosaurs in the game would have this as behavior. This is something I associate more with like hadrosaurs, but still good to see it. Favorite mix of cover and pasture terrain, offering space to roam and stalk. So this is just saying open land and forest, This is not terribly informative either. Then a little bit of backstory. They're from Utah. Shocking. I know. Utahraptor from Utah? What? Ambush hunters. Parental care is vital. Adults and juveniles will become unsettled and separated, and adults will exhibit protective behavior if they think their juveniles are in danger. So they're good parents. Small groups, secure enriched enclosures. I'm sure. Okay. I will say this. Don't read into the word enriched here. Probably. I highly doubt this means anything. High maintenance predators. What does this mean? Probably that they have a high comfort threshold or something relatively minor. In current game, I mean, in 2, maintenance is not really a thing in any sense with your animals. So I wouldn't think too much about that either. Always worth checking the Steam page as well, which offers you a screenshot here. It's just basically the shot from the trailer, so this is not terribly interesting. Just another look at the juvenile interacting with an adult there. But, I'm going to make a point of checking all places because we missed a tiny bit of Loki Ceratops information since it was the first guide. So yeah, hopefully the next one of these is a new animal. Not much information from this, but a good confirmation that some of the best animals from 2 will be making it into 3 base game.